Hello everyone. Hope you are enjoying good health. I am Muhammad Asif. Now our today's topic is a little bit more information about the elements. We have already discussed the three definitions of elements. With respect to those definitions, I have also gives little bit smaller examples that how elements can be represented in the different shapes, different sizes, with proton number and the formation of the elements. Now we are going to discuss some more information about the elements. I will take the help of periodic table. In the periodic table, elements are arranged according to their increasing proton number. For example, now if we discuss elements, then I will take the help of a periodic table. In periodic table, arrangement of element is just like this. These elements are arranged according to the increasing order of their proton number. Hydrogen has proton number 1, helium has proton number 2, and then there is lithium with proton number 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, carbon 6, nitrogen 7, oxygen 8, fluorine 9, and then neon 10. These are the first 10 elements of the periodic table. Next is sodium with proton number 11, then magnesium with proton number 12, aluminium 13, then silicon 14, then phosphorus 15, sulfur 16, chlorine 17, and then there is argon with proton number 18. Now next two elements comes potassium 19 and then calcium with 20. These are the first 20 elements present in the periodic table, and the knowledge about these elements is sufficient for the pre-Cambridge students. Now, I want to explain some important points here. All these last vertical columns of the periodic table, these are called as noble gases, and all these represents elements. These are, whenever written in the literature, they will be written in the monoatomic form. Monoatomic form means we will write, if we have to write helium, we will write this just only, helium. Then if we have to write neon, Ne. If we have to write down argon, Ar. All these are gases. All these are gases, and these are called as noble gases. Why these are called noble gases? There is some property in them. These are non-reactive. That's why these are called as noble gases. Noble gases. Now, from these 20 elements, some elements are present in the gaseous state, some elements are present in the liquid states, or some are present in the solid state. Rather than from these 20 elements, only 2 elements are present in the whole periodic table which are present in the liquid state. Those 2 elements are, one is bromine, Br2, and second is mercury, Hg. These 2 elements are present in liquid state. These are liquid state at normal conditions of temperature and pressure. Bromine and mercury. These are the two liquid elements present in the periodic table. Now, helium, neon, argon, these are gases. Along with these, chlorine, fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. All these elements are also gases. All these are also gases. But as these are represented by monatomic form, these gases are represented as a diatomic form. For example, whenever we have to write down hydrogen, we will write H2. We will write H2. Whenever we will write nitrogen at known conditions of temperature and pressure, at normal conditions, remember, normal conditions, nitrogen will present as N2, oxygen will present as O2, fluorine will present as F2, and chlorine will present as Cl2. Whenever we have to write down in the literature at the normal conditions of temperature and pressure, we have to write these elements in this manner. All these elements will exist and will be written in diatomic form. Diatomic form, all of these. Now, rest of the elements, look, rest of the elements are all solids. Rest of the elements are all solids. From lithium to carbon, then to sulfur, then calcium to potassium, all these are present in solid state. These are all solids. Now, one thing more. Among all these 20 elements, some elements are metal. These all can be converted into 3 further different groups: metals, metallites, and non-metals. Non-metals. Remember, all the gases, either monatomic, either diatomic, all these are non-metals. All gases are non-metal. One thing, this is quite clear. Now, in addition to these gases, what are the other elements which are non-metal? Now, I am going to explain. This sulfur is non-metal, phosphorus is non-metal, silicon is non-metal, carbon is non-metal, while only one atom, boron, is we can consider it as metallite. Now, in addition to all these gases, what are the different elements for the non-metal? Non-metals are further, in addition to all gases, these are carbon, next is silicon, next is phosphorus, next is sulfur. All these are also non-metal, and all these gases are also non-metal. Only one metallite. Which one? Boron. Boron is present as a one metallite. Rest of the all elements from this to this, all these are metals. Metals include lithium, beryllium, sodium, magnesium, then aluminium, then potassium, and then calcium. All these are metals. Now, we know that metals are strong, having shiny surface, are tough, can be shaped into by applying pressure, and metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals, all these are. Metallite have 50% character of metals and 50% character of non-metals. These are not so much good conductor, but they are not so much bad conductor, just like non-metals. Now, all these non-metals, these exist in the different form as I have explained. Now, among all these non-metals, carbon, phosphorus and silicon show different behavior. For example, carbon show different form. Carbon show two different forms. One is called as diamond and second is called as graphite. Now, the carbon is only element present which has two different forms. One form is conductor of electric current, graphite. Graphite is a conductor of electric current and is used as electrode in electrolysis processes, while diamond is non-conductor, purely non-conductor, very hard substance, very hard, and graphite is soft. Diamond is non-conductor, graphite is conductor. Next, phosphorus and sulfur. These can also be represented in a group of atoms, just like phosphorus is represented as P4. This is also the chemical formula of phosphorus, and this simplified form only P can be written for phosphorus as a symbol. Similarly, the sulfur can be written as S8. Sulfur can be represented by only just putting S, while it exists in a group of 8 sulfur atom as S8. This can also be written here. Now, whenever we have to write down these elements, we have to take care about, for diatomic we have to mention in diatomic form. For other elements we have to represent in monatomic form. All metallite and all metals, these are also represented by only monoatomic form. For example, all these metals, the most important point is to mention here, metals can never form molecule. Now, molecule is represented as, just like I have mentioned oxygen as O2, because oxygen is non-matter, that's why it can be represented just like this. But if I have to write down the chemical formula of say aluminium, Al2, Al, I will write only Al, but if I have to mention only aluminium, no digit will become here 2 or 3 or 4, never. Metals will not exist in this form. Whenever we have to mention the more atom of metals, for example, it will be preferable to write down 2Al. This will show that 2 aluminium atom. But this digit cannot be put at the base of the metal, never. In the elemental form, the metal will be represented by only monoatomic symbol form, and all these metals are remain in the atomic form. No such representation, just like diatomic gases we have shown, these can never be. Now, one thing more, the important, there is another important element, oxygen, which play a vital role in our life, most important gas for our life. Now, it has also two forms. One is called O2, this is simply oxygen, and a second form which is also exists for oxygen, that is O3, which is called ozone. Ozone. Now ozone is formed at a high temperature when oxygen molecule react with each other, and this reaction takes place high up in the atmosphere, and the dangerous radiation coming from the sun, these are filtered by ozone. That's why ozone is playing a very important role for the safety of human life on the earth. Now, these are some more information which I have given about the elements. Elements we can judge them on the basis of their metallic or non-metallic character. Either these are present in gas or solid or liquid form. All these information are most important for the pre-candidate students, I think.